Hey guys, welcome back to Final Fantasy 15 episode Duscae. Let's go talk to Cindy real quick.
How goes it, Cindy?
Hey there, good to see y'all.
Any luck with the car?
Don't need luck when you got skill. She's almost ready. How about y'all?
We've been unable to raise the money as yet.
Well, take your time, it's no rush at all. I hate to charge you, but we gotta stay in business somehow.
We broke it, we bought it.
She's a fine one, this girl of yours. And she won't take nothing less than the best parts. Only one way to do it, and that's to do it right. All things considered, you're getting a steal.
Yeah, don't think we don't know it. When we finally pay our bill off, we'll throw in a dinner too.
Best save that for Pawpaw. When I told him y'all broke down again, he was redder than Rama.
Alright, awesome. So we have a little interaction there.
Legs won't carry me another step. Any chance we make camp here a while?
Bet your bottom gill on it. No place else to be right now.
And a little NPC action. So let's go ahead and head on in the store here.
Yeah?
Whatever that means. So we can go up here and talk to the shopkeeper.
Fine lady you got fixing it too. Glad y'all came by. Not too often we get a taste of the finer things down here.
And here is where we can buy and sell things. Now see, they have a lot of ingredients and stuff, but it doesn't seem like we can actually do a whole lot with the cooking system in the game. So, or at least in the demo for right now. So I'm not really sure what the point in buying this stuff would be. But I did notice that you could combine one of these parts with something, so I went ahead with one of the ingredients that we already have. So I decided I would go ahead and purchase the root there. But you see, we only have 200 gil. We started out with 400, I think, because the caravan cost 200. So now we don't have a whole lot now. But like I said earlier, we could also sell some of the parts that we've been collecting and some of the loot from enemies. Kind of like how it worked in Final Fantasy 12. You could get the loot and the drops and stuff, and you would sell those for your money, as opposed to making the money from the actual battles, which is kind of cool. So today's episode won't be too action-packed or anything, I don't think. I'd like to make it to the Behemoth Slayer. That'd be pretty awesome. So in order to do that, we've got to check out a couple more of the destination markers to find a little bit more evidence. I think we only have to find like 2 more spots or something. And then we're going to do the Magicite side quest by the lake as well. And you'll notice that I can't run as far without Noctis getting tired, because I think it has to do with the status buffs, because we didn't get to eat because we took the caravan. But that's also going to be something to pay attention to as well, that we're not going to be making as much experience, near as much, and we're not going to have any protection against any extra defense. So that's going to play a little bit of a part in it. So I'm also not going to be fighting near as much in this episode. So large groups of enemies, I'm probably going to try and run by. Saber tusks are still easy. Nothing to worry about. So the side quest, they made it to where the side quest would take you further away from the Behemoth Slayer to kind of draw out the playtime of the demo a little bit. So yeah, we've got to run all the way back across the map here. Not too bad, but you know, I guess they had to increase the time of it somehow. Alright, and we'll go ahead and start fighting these guys here. Or maybe not. Maybe. I have a feeling we're going to aggro them. We'll see here. Yeah, we aggroed him. Didn't really want to do that. I guess we'll go ahead and play it out. Let's see.
Gotcha! Done with this riffraff!
And we see we're taking a lot more damage. Ignis there is almost dead. And it works the same way for your party members as it does for you. If your health reaches 0, let's see if he's going to get hit here. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, so this is what happens when one of your party members dies. We can run over and press X to kind of revive them before they take any more damage and their health gets knocked out. And there's magic. Okay, so this is one of the things I really don't like about this demo that makes some of the encounters really unbalanced. I'm going to be running from this. Is that in a lot of the battles, well, first you can aggro these big guys, which sucks. So you can be fighting 1 or 2 saber tusks, and you aggro these big guys, and then they'll drop Magitech soldiers in there, and it makes a quick, you know, what you thought was going to be a 1-minute encounter into like a 5-minute encounter. You know, and especially when you're on a day-night cycle, you know, you kind of. It's important to use your, and I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so that's another complaint that I have, but I'll talk about that in just a second. But like I was saying, when you've got a day and night cycle and you've got to get things done before it turns night, then you know you can't really waste your time with a 5-minute encounter that's going nowhere. So hopefully the encounters will be a little bit more balanced in the finished game. And what happened there was I was running. But the run button is the same as the attack button. And so you end up, if you run past an enemy, you end up attacking the enemy. Which is really unfortunate that they're kind of mapped that way, the buttons are. But they've actually changed the button layout and what buttons do what for the final game. And you saw the saber tusks there. I'm just going to kind of run past. You don't really have a big penalty for running in this game, except that you get pretty lousy experience for the enemies that you did kill when you were in battle. So not a huge penalty, but you definitely don't gain anything from the enemies that you did kill. Just a little bit, tiny little bit of experience. So you saw in the first episode, as we walked by this sign, we were prompted into a side quest, and I chose not to do it then. I guess I could have. There's some dragon skills right there. Those sell for quite a bit in the store, so if you need some cash, there's one of them for you. Like I said, we were prompted into this side quest, and I chose not to do it then. I guess I could have, because it's actually really easy. It's really not even a side quest at all.
We'd best ponder our lodgings as we go.
And there they're talking about it getting a little bit more dangerous at night, which is cool.
Curious. Got my attention. You guys up for it?
So it's asking us to find the Magicite piece. And as we know from the last ATR, that magic works through equipable Magicite. So we're going to run over here to the marker and just pick the item up. It's as simple as that.
Focus.
Looks like we have a single saber tusk here to fight. That's okay, we'll do that. The magic effects seem like they're going to be pretty interesting in the finished game. I'm sure kind of everybody has heard about how they work now, but it sounds really awesome. They have environmental impact, and here's some more dragon skills, I believe. Yeah, there we go. And so, like, the fire on, like, a clear sunny day will burn the grass and kind of scorch the land. You can, like, potentially, like, hurt your enemies. Or, like they used in the gameplay there, you can, like, light oil on fire from the Magitech armor, which is really cool to do extra damage. There we picked up a glacial Magicite, which I guess I can assume is going to be a blizzard spell. Like they were talking, like it can freeze water, And so it seems like you're going to get your status buffs from that as well, because they said the enemies that were around it would be slowed down. So kind of like a slow status effect, which is kind of cool. I think I might prefer the more traditional way that magic has worked in Final Fantasy. So we'll just have to see which one works best, I guess. As long as the red bar on the top of the screen doesn't fill up, you won't beat an encounter, and you can actually run fairly easy from these guys. Like they won't chase you for too long. There's another example of me missing a technique because of the speed of the enemies, but I did get an awesome parry in, so that's cool. Yeah, that warp strike is really kind of your best friend on these guys. It'll get you right to them. Almost always hits and connects too. And here's what I was talking about on the last episode. This is the spot where the saber tusk can get stuck, and see, he just kind of sits there too.
Extraordinary, Gladiator.
What did you expect? Well, put it in the books.
All's well that ends well.
Come on, gotta keep moving.
And here's one of the spots where we can check for evidence of Deadeye.
No tracker, but I think it went that way.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to need one more spot. I was kind of thinking that we only needed just that one, but it looks like we're going to need one more. So that spot in the map that we're directly in front of, that kind of loops around like a snake, that's actually Deadeye's lair. And we're getting ready to go past that right now to find the next, let's see, yeah, the spot that's closest to us there. So we're going to have to kind of go around the long way, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be headed in there in just a second. So it looks like we are going to make it through at least a portion of Deadeye's lair today.
This one's no joke.
Which is a really cool section of the demo, really cool.
Gotcha! Brilliant!
And see, here's an example of an enemy that you didn't want getting aggroed to you from wherever. There's some more of them in the back there. I don't know if that's where he came from or not, but either way, it's a little annoying because you know, the reason I engaged in the fight was because there was only a couple saber tusks running around. Not that big of a deal. So it ends up adding a little extra time that you don't want. And that's where I would say that the battle system gets most tedious. Though I imagine it probably won't be as big of a deal with more different types of enemies. So, you know, if we saw you know, a handful of different enemies besides saber tusks and these big, you know, elephant looking guys, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal, I don't think. And so it'll be interesting to see the encounter rate and how often battles are going to take place on the map, especially when you're exploring like this, because it's going to be a pretty big game map wise. And so in all these nooks and crannies, like how often are we going to be running into enemies and that kind of stuff. So that should be interesting to kind of see how that all plays out. And if you're watching this, I'll go ahead and just take the time to ask if you'd like to leave a comment on how I could maybe increase the quality, or if there's another series or another game you'd like to see. I can totally do that. I haven't exactly decided what I want to do with this channel yet. I'm a little bit of a bigger fan of, well, I am a fan of mostly RPGs. I don't play a whole lot of really anything else. and especially with the PlayStation 4. There's a small cutscene showing us Deadeye's Lair, but especially with the PS4, since I just got it,
I hope it
I'm
can't
kind of
smell
new
my
to that.
fear.
I haven't played a whole lot yet. I played Type 0, obviously, this, and I've been playing Bloodborne a lot too. Bloodborne is really awesome. Like I said in the last episode, my car went out. My car died on me. And so it doesn't look like I'm going to get to play Dark Souls 3 when it comes out. I wanted to play Dark Souls through the channel because it looked really awesome. And like I said, I loved Bloodborne. Bloodborne was really rad. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. The Souls games always looked a little overrated to me, but I got really into Bloodborne, and so I'd like to check out a Souls game. And so I figured since 3 was coming out, I'd just go ahead and pick it up and play it for the channel. But
There's something.
money's probably going to be a little bit tight since I have to buy a new car here in the next couple days. So unfortunately, I probably won't get to do that. But if you'd like to see Bloodborne, that'd be an awesome one to do. I think I'd really like to do that. I'm going to try and keep it to shorter games until I can figure out exactly what I want the channel to be. I'm not sure if like these Let's Play kind of walkthroughs are gonna be best for me personally, just because
Sometimes
I don't like
wonder
to
if
do
we'll ever sit inside
newer
that
stuff right when it
beautiful
comes
car
out,
again.
like blind or anything
Most
like
of the
that.
day
I like to
was
know
pretty nice.
about the
Nothing
game
was
and how to
even
play
better.
and what I'm doing before I show it off. So maybe like reviews or top 10s or something like that. I haven't quite figured out exactly what I want to do, but I think that this is a good start. It's going to be, all in all, I think this particular demo is going to run about 6 episodes. So we'll see what happens. But if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. Feel free. Now, in Deadeye's Lair here, we're going to have this. There's 2 main encounters before we actually find Deadeye, and this one is pretty small, but if we get to it in this episode, it might be in this episode. This might be, I don't think this is it, but there's one encounter where it seems like there's an endless amount of saber tusks. This could be it right here. I'm not entirely sure. And see there, I tried to heal Prompto, but I accidentally warp strike past him, so I felt like kind of a dick, but it's cool because Ignis got him. And now Ignis is dead, so that's great. So they warn you before you head in. They warn you before you head in that you should probably camp and rebuff, and I didn't do that. Probably should have, but like I said, I'm trying to make this Let's Play kind of short, so as not to go on and on and on with these battles, because there's not really a whole lot to do.
Don't do anything like
Same to you.
I even amaze myself sometimes.
Your ego is what amazes me.
Yeah, so that was about a minute and 30 seconds. The next encounter with saber tusks goes on for a little bit. I think it's like a 3-minute battle or something. That's a little much. A little bit much for me. But we have some really good atmosphere in this area of the game. And I really like the use of music and how it's not... They're only using it for like battle and intense kind of sections of the game too. I think it shows a really big amount of maturity as a game developer or like a producer for a television show, when to use music and when not to use it, because not using music in certain instances is going to be more powerful than using it. And so these little portions of the game that aren't focused on combat or anything, but are more centered around the development of characters and the development of the situation that you're in, are kind of like my favorite parts of Final Fantasy. And I felt they were missing from 13, so I'm glad that they're back in 15. I hope there's a lot of moments like this. Really adds a lot of tension and build up to the battle, which is cool. And we just heard Gladio say that he told us that the Deadeye thing is just like his name, has a blind spot there. His eyes literally dead. So he's blind on his right side there. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this episode. Next time we'll go ahead and head on further into the lair and take on the behemoth. So I'll see you then. Take it easy guys. Bye.
Here we go.